Alright, so in this lecture, we're gonna get started with our beautiful soup module, okay? And hopefully you guys have a basic understanding of HTML, alright? Again, what is HTML? Well, HTML is basically code that you use to create websites, to create browsers, stuff like that. And any website you see in today's world has been created in HTML or using HTML and then some other programming languages. So what I want to do today is we're going to be talking about the first function of Beautiful Soup, and that's called Prettify. So what Prettify does is you pass in some HTML code and then it spits it back out, except it's more readable. It fixes any HTML mistakes you have, and it makes life a lot more easier, okay? It's called Prettify, again, and it basically fixes any HTML code you have. So our goal for today is we have this forecast.weather.gov. You don't need the link right now. We'll use the link later. And we have this 87 degrees. So again, we're going to be doing the weather again. You're probably wondering, why the weather? We already did it. Reason is, this is just like a challenge. So as you can see, our weather is being stored in this class, my forecast / current LRG. You actually can't see that because my screen's going off. So there you go. Now you can see it. P class, my forecast / current / LRG. If we were using the re module, we'd first get the data, then drill down. So we do something like find class equal to my forecast, blah, blah, blah. Then we find the /p, and then we get 87 degrees. Now, instead of doing all of that drilling down, we're going to be using the Beautiful Soup module, and we'll get the answer, okay? Much faster, much quicker. That's our goal for at least the next 2 or 3 lectures. So I'm going to minimize this, and let's talk about Prettify. First thing first, what is HTML code? Can you write some? Basically, you should now be able to write a simple HTML doc. Again, you need the HTML tags, you need the header tags, title tags, body tags, p tags, a tags, whatever you want. Just write an HTML script. And the way I want you to write this is say soup is equal to beautiful. I'm sorry. I forgot to import BS4 first. So go ahead and write from BS4 import beautiful soup. Okay, and you could have just done from BS4 import asterisk or whatever you want, but we only need beautiful soup for now, so that's fine. From BS4 import beautiful soup, that gives us all the commands. Go ahead and now type soup is equal to beautiful soup, and then in brackets, it takes in 2 parameters. The first parameter is your HTML code. All right. This code, again, we'll be getting it from our website, but for now, just go ahead and type in some random code. What I'm going to be doing is I'll be typing some very interesting code. And if you do know HTML, you're going to notice some mistakes. Again, please, just note them. Don't say anything about them. We'll get to them later on. Okay. And I'm purposely doing mistakes for a reason because I want to show you guys how the Prettify function works. For you guys, you can put mistakes. You cannot put mistakes. Doesn't really matter. I'm just writing some random HTML code. All right, and let's go ahead and put in an A there. No href. We don't need href for now. Hello, and then close. So as you can see, this is some horrible HTML. We've opened and closed the HTML tags, but we haven't closed any of the other tags, right? So now if you run this, well, nothing happens except it gives us an error saying we haven't added our HTML parser, okay? It's giving you a warning basically. It's saying that specify your code to include the HTML parser so that, Beautiful Soup knows that we're parsing HTML and not anything else. So go ahead and as a second parameter, put in html.parser. So hit enter and now that's worked, and go ahead and call soup.prettify and take a look. So this works, but it's confusing. So print out soup.prettify. We got the results we wanted, but it's not looking good. So take a look now. What's happening? Let's take a look. So we had our HTML P and then ASD. We still have that. We got our strong tag, we still have that. We have our hello over here, we still have that. And then we have our a tag and hello, we still have that. But as you can see, soup or the Prettify function has now added this slash a the slash strong, and then the slash p to fix up our HTML code. Okay, so if you now type in soup, see, as you can see, the tags have now been added. So it's actually quite neat. I mean, if you're ever writing some HTML code and you're way too lazy to add the tags, just go ahead, open up your Python, import beautiful soup, and call the function soup.prettify. Pretty neat, right? So awesome job, guys. In this lecture, I just wanted to talk about the soup.prettify function. Again, that's something basic, something that we're probably not going to be using, but it's always good to have a base to where we get started. Now, in the next lecture, I'll talk about how we can parse, or at least some basic parsing with our beautiful soup module.